I'm Adam Collins and this is Crick Buzz at Stumps, Day 3 at Canberra between Australia and Sri Lanka. The visitors require 516 to win this test match. That won't be happening, so we look for meaning, as we often do in test cricket, in the individual performances. Two in particular coming into this match, indeed into this series. Usman Khawaja and Mitchell Starc were the two players, the two senior Australian players under the most pressure. And today Starc took a fifer and Khawaja made a second innings 100. Both weren't the highest quality performances of their career. That is to say, the pressure was largely off in both cases, especially Khawaja being second innings declaration runs, but that meant so little when he raised the bat. His emotional response spoke to just what a pressurised summer it's been for the Australian number 3. It has been a long time since he's made 100. This is the first of the summer. The first is his epic at Dubai back in October, and it truly showed. As for Starc, there's been so much scrutiny on his accuracy and the way he's been bowling, especially against Sri Lanka last week at Brisbane, that finding a way to take wickets and to rip through the Sri Lankan tail, and obviously he picked up a wicket yesterday as well. Bowling at that express pace will do him the world of good in building his confidence as Australia move into a huge year, which of course includes a World Cup and an Ashes campaign. Taken as a whole, Sri Lanka needed to find a way to bat for the whole day today and hope that rain would intervene. They couldn't do that. They were out within 8 balls of the second session starting, actually. They lost their last 3 wickets on 215. They were 9 out, all out after Kusal Perera became the second Sri Lankan to have to retire hurt after copping a blow to the head. That happened in the first session today. He was tested for concussion. He's got the all clear in terms of he didn't need to go to hospital, but he won't take any further part in this game of cricket. That was the bowling of Jai Richardson. Karunaratne actually did come back out after being in a pretty bad way yesterday. Remarkably, it was the first time since 1991 that a man who'd retired hurt came out to replace a guy who'd also retired hurt. It was Starc who managed to rip out the final few wickets. Labuschagne was involved as well, Lyon likewise, but 5 for 54. I mentioned before he bowled fast. He hit the stumps at the end. He managed to bounce out a couple of guys along the way too. So that's what you want from your opening bowler, accuracy and pace.
It probably wore me down a bit heading into New Year's, and then I got off all the social media and haven't read a paper in 4 or 5 weeks. So I think that's been the best thing for me. I feel quite refreshed, and as I said before, as long as I know I've got the backing of my teammates and I'm working hard, it'll change. It will turn eventually. If you're doing the right things, it can feel like it's a long way away, but yeah, things happen pretty quickly today, and a bit of luck goes a long way.
Khawaja, the sort of summer he's had, well-documented trouble off the field with his family, and he spoke about that after play as well.
You know, I've had a tough summer, and I've had a lot of stuff going on off the field, which has made things a lot tougher, and it's been really nice to have my wife Rach around with me. My family's very close to me, and I'm very close to my family, so at some level, yeah, I think it made it tougher to just go out and try to concentrate and execute my skills, but at the same time, while I was playing cricket, I sort of, you sort of forget about everything because you're only concentrating about cricket. But at the same token, it's very taxing. It has been very taxing mentally.
So while overall it was another dominant day for Australia, that isn't to say there weren't some problems too. Batting the second time around, they were 37 for 3, much like it was in the first innings. Marcus Harris got himself out, playing at a ball he needn't, trying to drive through cover, edging through to the slips cordon. Once again, Kushal Mendes, who's taken 6 catches across the series, has a very, very safe pair of hands in the cordon there. Marnus Labuschagne, after doing all the hard work, he nicked off as well. And the third man to lose his wicket was Joe Benz. He got a really, really good one from Fernando to left armour, who, when you consider that Sri Lanka lost all 4 of their first choice seamers, Fernando has been excellent, and he bowled a beautiful ball to pick up Joe Burns. We heard from the Sri Lankan bowling coach at Stumps, Ramesh Ratnayaka, who told us that they know that from here forth it's an incredibly tough task, but they just need to find a way to take it bite-sized piece by bite-sized piece, and who knows, maybe they'll be helped by rain as well tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's important to take it stage by stage, session by session, and the boys are aware that they have to sort of break it down into portions, so to speak, and take it hourly, and sort of try to bat as positive as they could. So we discussed that, and well, just after the match, and they are aware of what they have to do now.
At 17 for no loss in Sri Lanka's second innings, bad light stopped player fraction prematurely today on day 3. Pereira won't bat in the second dig, so they've got 9 wickets to take to finish this series 2-0. We'll be here, of course, on day 4. Crick Buzz at Stumps, Adam Collins signing off here at Manuka Oval.